Hi, folks. Lollie Ramirez Bennett here. Welcome back to True Talk Cafe, the space where we have honest conversations about work, life, leadership, and everything in between. Today, we're talking about something that so many people experience, but very few people actually want to talk about it. I'll be honest with you, I actually didn't get to record this till today because I've had quite the emotional labor of work week. So it's a little bit about helping you understand some of the things that go on around you. I think way more people are going through this and really haven't had a chance to think about it. So join me as we explore the emotional labor of work. So it's not the task of your job descriptions, it's not the deadlines, it's not even the meetings that you have. We're talking about the invisible emotional effort people carry every day to work. The smiling when you're exhausted, the calming others down when you're overwhelmed yourself, and the staying professional while navigating difficult personality, stress, grief, just uncertainty. As for many people, especially leaders, caregivers, women, HR teams, healthcare, and yes, our high performers, emotional labor becomes a second full-time job no one sees. It's important to understand a second full-time job. So what is emotional labor? Emotional labor is the energy it takes to manage emotions, your own and often everyone else's around you, while still performing professionally. It's the employee who walks into work carrying personal stress, but still shows up, encouraging everyone else. It's the manager absorbing complaints all day long while trying to remain calm and composed. And here's the difficult part. The better someone is at emotional labor, the less people notice how heavy it actually is, because they make it look so easy, right? So let's talk about the hidden cost with emotional labor. One of the biggest misconceptions in a workplace is that professionalism means being emotionally unaffected. But honestly, we're humans first, right? Many employees are walking into work carrying family and financial pressures, health concerns, anxiety, or simply emotional exhaustion. And yet they still answer emails properly. They support customers, they motivate their team members, and they still perform. That takes emotional energy. Very different than the physical energy or that one thinks about when we talk about labor, right? The challenge is that emotional labor often goes unrewarded because it is invisible. Most organizations measure productivity, output, and performance metrics. They don't always recognize the emotional resilience, the patience, the mentorship, or simply the ability to stabilize people during difficult times. And truly, those things matter tremendously. When high performers struggle, this usually impacts high achievers, um, the reliable employee, the calm one, the fixer, the person everyone depends on. They become the unofficial therapist. Yes, I've been called that before. The peacekeeper, the motivator, and eventually they'll hit a wall too. Not because they're weak, but because emotional labor without boundaries eventually becomes emotional exhaustion. Sometimes the strongest people in the room are actually the ones most depleted. Is this resonating with you? Certainly know it is for me. Or perhaps you know someone that's very much going through this. So how do you handle this? I mean, from a leadership and culture perspective, an emotionally healthy workplace really matters. Good leadership isn't just operational, it's relational. Employees remember how leaders responded during difficult moments, whether they felt respected or whether someone acknowledged the human side of work. A simple, how are you really doing today? Are you sure you're okay? I appreciate the way you handled that. Or you've been carrying a lot lately. That can matter way more than a leader realizes when you can share those words. Recognition isn't always about performance. Sometimes it's about emotional endurance. So how do we set some healthier boundaries? Because truly that's how we can manage emotional labor from getting out of hand, right? Setting those boundaries means that you're learning to not absorb every problem, allowing people to own their own responsibilities, perhaps asking someone for support, or recognizing that constantly being the strong one is not sustainable. And truly, stop feeling guilty when you have to say no or you can't help somebody with everything that you always do. Honestly, some of us have become so accustomed to carrying emotional weight that we don't even recognize how tired we are anymore. In closing, the reminder I want to share with you today is that labor happening in the workplace every day, that there really is no way to capture on a spreadsheet or anything else. This is emotional labor. It's the mental effort. If you're someone that carries a lot of emotion lately, give yourself permission to acknowledge it. Simply say, heck, it's been a tough week. And if you're a leader, never underestimate the impact of kindness, empathy, emotion, intelligence, and creating safe places for people to simply be human. I had to tell somebody this week, this is a no judgment zone. I want to help you, and you can feel free to share whatever you need to. Sometimes the most valuable thing an employee brings to work isn't just skill. It's the emotional steadiness in an environment that often feels heavy. So thank you for joining us for this mini episode of True Talk Cafe.